The bar is being raised for Amir Khan. The apprenticeship is over. In the next year, he has to show he has what it takes to join British boxing heroes like Lewis, Hamed, Calzaghe and Hatton. Khan's had us on the edge of our seats, coming off the floor to win against Willie Limond and Michael Gomez. Were those knockdowns a sign of suspect punch resistance? If so, unbeaten Bredis Prescott from Colombia with a big knockout record represents a major threat.
This is a big level for me now, it's a big step up. But I'm ready for these big step ups, and fighting people like Bredis, I'm ready for these people.
The Colombian's from a tough, violent city, and he's arrived here in threatening mood.
It's 4 rounds I predicted, and I think 4 rounds is going to be. But I'm going to knock him out in 4 rounds.
Prescott is rough and ready, and he has beaten 3 previously undefeated fighters. But this is a new level for him too, and the classy Khan says he'll be much improved by new trainer Jorge Rubio.
You see a totally new style. Hands are going to be up, more lateral movement, more speed, different combinations, and more skillful combinations going in, and accurate shots. And every shot I'm going to be throwing is going to be tough and hard.
I had to work very hard with Amir in every fight that people go to see that different before and now. Amir got to be a world champion in 1 year and a half. Everybody got to see that he can to fight with whatever opponent.
Amir Khan will be looking for an emphatic win, this time preferably without scares or dramas. But don't rule it out.
I've been proving everyone wrong since the first fight as a professional. And, everyone wants to see Amir Khan down, but, even though I'll get put down, I'm straight back up and I go on to win the fights. That's the main thing, I've got a heart, and I have got a chin. It takes, I've proved to so many people I've got a chin by getting up off the floor and winning a fight. So, you can put anyone in the ring with me, Amir Khan's not going to be gone until he's out for the 10 count.
What's at stake for him, Johnny?
Everything. This is the point where he's going to catapult himself into that world mix. If he slips up here, credibility's gone. So he needs to make sure he capitalises on all the experiences he's achieved through his career.
What do you want to see from him, Glenn McCrory?
I want to see him just settle down a bit, show a bit more experience. Don't be in so much a rush. Show that he's more of a rounded professional.
I think if he takes his time, as Glenn says, he'll be able to show us more punching power and a bit more maturity. As Glenn says, take his time, show a bit of power and finish the job in style.
Amir Khan's big night is coming next.
A real star in this sport.
Look at that, that's just perfection.
Too quick, too sharp, too powerful.
There's another right hand, he can't miss him. Oh, look at those combinations, piling on the punches now. He's just being picked apart here. Another huge right, he's all over the place.
And he's down with the left hand. Poise, balance, firepower, and what a finish. A super performance.
Atmosphere here in Manchester, Khan's most dangerous night. Our MC is Mark Bredis.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Championship. Manchester, are you ready? It's time to begin. Please welcome into the ring the challenger, Bredis Prescott.
Well, here comes the tall Colombian. Bredis Prescott is 4 years older than Amir Khan, and like Khan, he has an unbeaten record. Unbeaten in 19, in fact, with 17 knockouts, 14 inside 3 rounds. Okay, some of the opposition hasn't been of the highest standard, but he has beaten 3 unbeaten fighters along the way, including last time out, and he seems pretty confident this week, Jim.
Yeah, I've liked the look of him all the way through since first I clapped eyes on him. This is the biggest stage, obviously, of his life, the biggest chance of his life, maybe the only chance he'll ever get. So I'm sure he's going to take it, but one thing we do know for sure, he fancies the job.
Career highest purse, surely for Prescott. Amir Khan is on his way. Bound to be a few nerves back there in that long, lonely tunnel. Looks all business, doesn't he? And menace. Prescott. I'll win in 4, he says.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, Amir Khan.
Amir Khan, 21 years of age, 4 years on from the Olympic Games when he captured the hearts and imagination of the entire nation with his splendid performances, and he's still unbeaten in the professional ranks despite some scares and dramas along the way, including he's had to take 3 counts in all, but 2 quite serious ones. He won't want any more tonight, but what a fascinating fight he's in here, Jim.
Yeah, and I think there's probably less chance he'll take account tonight, because I think he knows the danger this fellow it brings with him. 17 knockouts and 19 wins. Amir's mind will be on the job.
The boxing boy who would be king, but there's work to do. This is the stage of his career where the apprenticeship is over, and he hopes he's on the run-up to a shot at the World Lightweight Championship, and it's a buzzing division full of some high-class operators. In fact, Manuel Marquez has just moved up to lightweight as well. Manny Pacquiao's in the division, although he's fighting Oscar De La Hoya, so it's going to be tough, and there can be no slip-ups tonight for Amir Khan. This is what the tail of the tape is saying about tonight's fight. Khan 4 years younger at 21. Prescott is taller, but look at that. Khan has a reach advantage despite that, both inside the 9 stone 9 pound lightweight limit. And Prescott is a proper full-blown lightweight. He's even fought at light welterweight, by the way. They made their debut in the same month, July 2005. Records almost identical. In fact, Prescott unbeaten in 1 fight more.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Warren, in association with www.frankwarren.tv and Sky Box Office, sponsored by Oxota, proudly presents the co-main event of the evening. 12 3-minute rounds for the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Championship, live and exclusive on Sky Box Office from the MEN Arena here in Manchester. Your officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Organisation and the British Boxing Board of Control, and your 3 scoring judges at ringside are from Leeds, Mr. Mickey Vann, Mr. Dave Paris, also from Leeds, and from Rochester, Kent, Mr. Roy Francis, all from England. Your WBO supervisor is Mr. Arthur Allison of Germany. Your steward in charge this evening is Mr. Jeff Bulter. And when the action begins, your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Terry O'Connor of Birmingham, England. Your timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Gary Grennan. And now to introduce the contestants. Firstly, the challenger for the title, weighing in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black shorts. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated in 19 fights, with 17 of those wins coming inside the distance. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing from Barranquilla, Colombia, the big punching Bredis Prescott. And across the ring stands the champion, fighting out of the blue corner and wearing the silver and black shorts, weighing in at 9 stone, 8 pounds and 8 ounces. He brings with him an undefeated record of 18 wins with 14 KOs as a professional, and tonight makes the first events of the WBO Intercontinental title. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bolton, please welcome Great Britain's 2004 Olympic silver medalist, and now the undefeated and reigning Commonwealth and WBO Intercontinental lightweight champion, from Bolton, Amir Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee will now give his final instructions to both boxers.
Referee Terry O'Connor for this one. Big test for Khan.
Challenging is to take this off at all times. What's your belt?
Ladies and gentlemen, 3-minute rounds for the WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Championship.
Silent prayer for Amir Khan, the pride of Bolton, who's won all 18, 14 inside schedule.
Round 1.
Just how dangerous is Prescott? Khan, quick, throws great combinations, and he says he's going to have his gloves up better this time. But it's Prescott who lands with a nice jab early on. Nice right hand again, and the fast left too from Amir Khan, who's got this new trainer holding him, and he's hurt by a shot, and he's another huge left, and down goes Amir Khan again. Oh, he's all over the place. Oh, he's going to have to be stopped, surely. It can hardly stand. What drama here in the opening round.
And the fight should be over.
The
fight should be over.
Oh, he's going to have to be stopped. He's flattened in the corner. Oh, these are desperate moments for Amir Khan. There can be no way back this time, Sean. He's trying so bravely to get up, but he's counted out, and it's one of the biggest stunners in British boxing history of the modern era. Bredis Prescott has knocked out Amir Khan sensationally in 1 round.
Well, Ian, the one question that hung over Amir throughout the early part of his career was his punch resistance. He's been shaken at the first level of boxing, so you have to wonder how will he be when he boxes at world level. Well, this guy is a tremendous puncher, there's no question. So you wonder, on the floor and badly shaken in his previous fight, did they do the right thing coming back with a guy 17 knockouts and 19 wins? But you can see as soon as the fight started, Prescott knew what he was doing. He had confidence coming forward, landing with solid jabs first, and then the finishing punches. Disaster for Amir Khan.
Let's just hope he is okay. The first punch that caused the trouble was one to the temple. That's befuddled him before, and there was really no way back, I think, from then on. Prescott was as good as his word. He was a heavy hitter. We did wonder, with a guy who's been on the floor as he was against Willie Lim and Michael Gomez, why do you hire a man with a knockout record like that from Colombia for him? But it was a test he had to pass. He couldn't pass it.
I mean, you can see the look of Prescott. He knew exactly what he was doing. His body weight was on his front foot, his chin was down, he was trading punches. He landed a beautiful jab straight through Khan's guard. But that's it now, straight through, and you can see that had an effect on Khan's legs. But Khan always eager to please, sometimes too eager to please. But Prescott has the look of a man here who knows exactly what he's doing, and that was as soon as he landed cleanly. I think the fight was over at this point. When he got back on his feet at the count of 8, he was still all over the place. I think the referee could have stepped in here and called it off, but because of the pressure, obviously, and he is a rising star, he gave him his chance. But one more shot, and it was over.
It's a very, very sad sight. This was the first knockdown, a huge right and then a left hook. Great punches from the Colombian.
Now this is a heavy knockdown, Ian. That is a heavy knockdown. You have to be thinking serious at this point on. Will he recover from this? Didn't look like it to me. Bang! These are solid. Look how powerful these shots, the way he's turning the hip, the shoulder, everything behind those shots. Again, a man who's used to finishing opponents.
Is there any way back for Khan from a defeat as damaging and stunning and as emphatic as that, Jim?
Well, the popularity the young man has, but obviously they have to go back to the drawing board. But let's face it, the big question was, can he take world-class punches? If he can't, then there's not a future. But you can't put that on a young man of 21 at this stage of his career. He's going to have to come back for that. It's going to have to be addressed. But you can see it was all over. The way he crumbled to the floor here is alarming.
Well, the road from amateur stardom to a professional world championship really is a boulevard of broken dreams. And I'm afraid to say it, Khan's dream has been broken tonight. That is a bad knockout. Goodness me, Terry O'Connor gave him every chance, but there really was no way back at all. There will be inquests as well about this. There are bound to be inquests. What a sensational, stunning story here in Manchester tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 54 seconds of round one, Amir Khan has failed to beat the referee's count. The winner and the new WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, Bredis Prescott.
Who might be a name to watch with punch power like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause. He will be back, Amir Khan.
Well, we hope so, and if he does come back from that, it will be some recovery. Thank goodness he's all right, but the dust still hasn't settled from what you've just witnessed in that ring.
What an amazing night. Calamity for Khan. He's KO'd in one. We'll get the reaction from Nicky Piper, Glenn McCrory and Johnny Nelson next. Almost disbelief around the MEN after what we've seen tonight. Amir Khan knocked out in the first round of his fight with Bredis Prescott. Khan speaking to Adam Smith.
Amir Khan, after 18 straight wins, you lose for the first time in your life in only 51 seconds, down twice, and your world must have fallen apart.
Oh yeah, you know, made a little mistake in there, and just couldn't get it back again. You know, stupid little mistake it was. You know, but just that's boxing for you. You know, one punch can change a fight.
Did you rush at a big puncher? Was that the mistake?
Yeah, you know, I need to have a look at the video and come back stronger from it. Well, that could be one of the reasons.
Are you okay as well? Let's just get that straight.
Oh yeah, I'm fine, definitely. Yeah, you know, I'm fine. Like I said, it's a stupid little mistake that was made, and you know, I just need to go back to the drawing board and put it right.
I mean, it's never happened to you before, anything like this, but you will go back to the gym and work on it and come back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you know, I'm a warrior. You know, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back stronger.
Frank Warren, we've been talking all week about what a dangerous test this would be for Amir. 17 knockouts in 19 wins. Bredis Prescott, why did he make the match at this stage for him?
Well, I've got to take responsibility for it at the end of the day. You know, it was recommended by the new trainer, but I went with it, so hands up to that. You know, he got caught cold first round. Didn't get a chance to get in the fight, and we knew it was a dangerous puncher, but anyway, that happened. It's now back, as Amir said, back to the drawing board. Hopefully he'll learn from it, but he just never got into the fight.
He's very popular, he's got a huge support base, but can he come back from a defeat like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's not the first fighter to get beat. You know, there's lots of fighters who've been beaten in their careers and come back and won world titles. You know, as long as they can learn from it, and that's what he's got to do.
Amir, finally, a message to all your fans out there who will be, I'd imagine, as gutted as you.
Yeah, you know, sorry to my fans out there, and you know, there's going to be Amir Khan come back stronger, definitely.
Thanks very much for your time, both of you.
Well, he's stunned. Everybody around the MEN is stunned as well. Bredis Prescott knocking out Amir Khan in the first round. Glenn McCrory, you warned during the week of the dangers of someone with such a good knockout record.
You know what, I feel like I've been hit on the chin. It was such a shock. I think, you know, the writing was on the wall a little bit. We did speak about the dangers. He's a good fighter, Amir Khan, but undefeated fighters, when you take an undefeated fighter that you don't know a lot about, there's a massive danger, because you don't know the fights they might have saw him mightn't have been at his best, so you don't know how good he is. We just saw a little glimpse of him when he was warming up in the dressing room, and you know, all the boys said, whoa, you know, he's a real live opponent with those looping punches. And then, you know, out he comes, looping punches, and he's got Amir Khan on the chin.
Prescott has been so confident all week.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he knew how good he is, and he was so up for this fight. He looked confident coming in. He wasn't phased at all. He's never been on a stage this big, but he's just so tall, such a good natural puncher, and very fast. We heard he was slow. He wasn't slow at all.
First stiff jab through the guard of Khan had Khan rocking. Everybody sat up in their seat, and you knew Prescott was throwing the shots, kept his eye on the target, right hands over the top, left hook to the temple of Khan. That broke him. He had the measure of him inside 30 seconds.
Well, you know, I think one of the big problems was it was very early that he got hit with a good shot. I mean, he came out with his hands up, his chin tucked down. There was nothing wrong with what he was doing. It was a good jab, just shook him a little bit, and then big looping punches.
But he ran straight at him. He ran straight at a puncher. Again, that's not 14 people out inside 4 rounds. He ran straight at him instead of using his brain.
I don't think it was a mistake by Khan. I think it was Prescott making the attack, and I think Prescott boxed very well, threw some good punches. There was no mistake, apart from he got caught. All fighters get caught.
Yeah, he got caught very precisely, very early, and I think, you know, he followed up with a couple of good ones as well, which were devastating punches. Yeah. But I think, you know, it was very enforced. He got caught with a very good shot very early.
Well, what you know, my worry is Amir Khan went in there. He got involved in the moment, wanted to make a statement, get rid of this guy inside 6 rounds. Instead of using his brain, wisdom, knowledge, or what he's achieved from amateur to pro and boxing, finding his way and opening up like a nutshell, he walked straight into it.
He didn't walk in with his hands down. You know, he got caught with looping punches. His hands came up when he got caught with the first punch. You know, he wasn't having a rock. He wasn't having a war with him.
No, he wasn't.
He only got caught with a long shot.
You said it yourself, looping punches, which means he was in close. Instead of using the reach, using the range to try and set it up, got in close straight away.
I think we're looking at mistakes from Khan instead of good work from Prescott. Prescott was a good fighter, a heavy puncher, and just punched too hard for Amir Khan. Amir Khan got caught. Simple as that, you know. And
he got caught. He got caught cold. He got caught early. It's not the end of the world. He can rebuild from this. It's a massive shock, but I really, you know, the thing I liked most was I liked Amir's attitude at the end. You know, he was level-headed. He sat down. He made a mistake. He'll come again.
But the other problem is Prescott will always be there. He's got to get through him again. Do you think Amir's got a chance at any level?
I have to say, we've seen top amateurs. Errol Christie comes to mind, who, you know, maybe just couldn't take the power of a full professional puncher at world level. And you know, Amir Khan has to prove us wrong in this instance.
Frank Warren said it was the coach's sort of call to put him in with him. What do you think of that?
Again, I think, you know, they've took a bit of blind faith in a coach they know nothing about. You know, I mean, I've worked a lot with the Cubans, great amateur coaches, but what have they done in the pros? You know, they're not in the pros. So a little bit naivety, I think, has come into that. To accept his decision from what he's seen in America. You know, I think it would have been good if they needed to see him. They need to see what he'd done.
Yeah, but this coach is no mug. He's trained a lot of good fighters. He believed in Khan. He believed in what he's seen with Khan working with him. So he believed he could get through Prescott. So I don't think... yeah, you're right. He made a mistake, but I just think he believed in Khan.
The coach obviously has his own boxers' interests at heart. So he genuinely believed, as you say, that Amir Khan had the beating of Bredis Prescott. Made a mistake. Bredis Prescott may have improved dramatically over the last 6 months.
I think too much faith. If that's exactly what's happened, they put too much faith in one man. They thought he's the salvation, coming in as a coach and then letting them pick the opponent. You know, they've picked the fights up to now. They should have carried on doing that.
A big conclusion is, as the fights have stepped up, the levels have stepped up, Khan's defence has been more vulnerable. He's been hit a lot more, he's been hurt a lot more, and we had to get to this point to see if you could get through the gates of success.
But you know, you can't go through a fight without taking punches, and the fact is Amir Khan took punches and went down. You know, and you've got to take those punches at world level. He hasn't taken them.
Glenn, can a fighter ever come back from something like that, though?
They can. Fighters have. I myself was stopped, knocked out. Before I come back and won a world title. So it can be done. You've got to have. You've got to want it. You've got to find out what you did wrong. You've got to go to the drawing board. It's a long way back and it's a hard way back, but I think if you want it enough, and I'm sure Amir Khan does, there is a way back.
What do you do with him now, Johnny?
Well, one thing I do is never ever put him in with that guy again. I cannot see him getting past him at all. I would look. We saw Alex Arthur box tonight against Cook. Think about putting that match together. That'd be a good domestic match for us, a good confidence builder for Khan. It'd be good for him to just to dip his toe back in the water, and then still it's just not too much of a level below what he is.
We've warned about Khan's defensive frailties, and they were exposed to a great degree tonight.
They were, and again, I just worry: is it defence? Is it the ability to take a shot? Everybody says through the history of the game, you can't put muscles on your chin. But you can avoid the punches. We've had some brilliant boxers. Amir Khan's got such natural ability and such speed. Maybe he can become a brilliant boxer, and maybe change his style.
Sometimes it's just that the wrong time, the wrong place, and maybe it's just it has been. Prescott might go on to be one of the greats. And Amir Khan might have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just not his name.
Let's get the final thoughts from ringside from Jim and Ian.
Well, the feelings down here really is that maybe a British boxing dream was ended tonight. It's quite a long crime sheet now against Khan, really, in the punch-resistant stakes, isn't it? Craig Watson in the amateurs, Willie Limon, Michael Gomez, and now that really damaging defeat by Prescott. I mean, can he come back from that, really, Jim?
Yeah, I refuse to write off a kid of 21 with Amir's talents, but when you're facing a man with a 90% knockout ratio, you know he can punch, so you find out in the opening round what else can this guy do. But Amir comes straight off his stool, right down to business without a thought, because that's what he's been getting away with in his career up to now. It was too big a jump from where he's been to where he was tonight. That guy was a good fighter, tremendous puncher. There's no disgrace in the loss, but what a disaster.
Yeah, it's a terrible disaster, really, for Amir Khan. I mean, what about Jorge Rubio, this new trainer? He seems to be taking the rap for it. Frank Warren says it was his idea and we went with his idea. Is he going to stay in the job? Because all the talk was improved defence, higher gloves, and everything. That didn't happen.
Yeah, you have to wonder. But I think one of the problems we have, are you building a fighter or are you building an undefeated record? Maybe that's what they've been doing with Amir. Maybe he needed a couple of more tough fights before he reached this level. But keep in mind, he was beaten by a decent fighter tonight.
It is a big rebuilding job if there's to be one.
What will happen in the weeks and months to come, we will find out. The final judgment, Khan against Prescott. You can see that Thursday, 7 p.m. on Sky Sports 2. Our exciting heavyweight competition, Prize Fighter, returns on Friday. 8 heavyweights, a cash prize live from Newcastle's Metro Radio Arena. Friday, 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Well, that's all we've got time for. What a surprise. Khan's world title dreams in tatters. See ya.
I want to be known as one of the best fighters who ever put gloves on in England. I want to send that message across to the people out there. Now it's Amir Khan's turn. All my fights are explosive. Every fight I've had, people have been on the edge of the seats. They don't know what's going to happen. He's going to be strong. He's going to be coming forward to win. He doesn't want to have a loss in his career. It's going to be a big fight. I'm going to be smart and I'm going to beat him one step ahead of him. I look bigger than him there. I look strong. I know I'm stronger than him. I know I'm quicker than him. So it's going to be an exciting fight.
more sport, news and views at skysports.com.